Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Tenant Farmer. My name is David, as always, and you join me in our Massey. This is our 6714, which, unlike the 5470 behind us, is functioning. We finally got that onto the trailer. It was a bit of a hustle. We had to get a John Deere over to help us out, would you believe it? Just to be able to actually get enough power to get it out the hole. We finished heading off this field as well. With any luck there, that might be good to go tomorrow. So we'll see. Taking back the beautiful 5S actually that we still have on as a loan, really. We've got that back at the yard. We're going to use that this evening just to sort a few things out around the yard. And show you a few small little updates that we have there as well. We've got a few new cattle in. The new cattle shed has been used. They're just getting themselves all settled in there now. Not too many. It's not full by any stretch there. We've got another 15 cattle in the yard there today, which is exciting. And we will see. Today we're going to just take this back to our farm, and because the dealer's now shut, let's keep it on the trailer. This low loader belongs to the dealership anyway, so we'll just drop it all off there tomorrow for them, and then see what the damage is really. It shouldn't be nothing really dramatic or crazy there. There's no axles hanging off or anything like that, but there are a few small little issues. Front linkage is damaged, and the tracking is out, at least on the steering. We'll have to see if there's anything else. But for right now, at least, we've got out the field. That's the starting point. And we'll see what we can do after this. But yeah, this afternoon, we're going to go and feed up the cattle. We're going to have a bit of a play around with the 5S, do a few different jobs with it where we can. Put it to some work, really. It's a beautiful looking machine. And I'm really curious to see how it handles the yard and filling up the diet feeder, things like this. But it should be fantastic. And we'll very much see. But yeah, otherwise, dramatic day is coming to an end there, really. And yeah, we can hopefully get ourselves back onto some kind of track, really, I suppose. Now, this is going to be a bit tight getting around here. I'm going to have to do this with a tractor on the back before, as one might imagine. Try and swing around there wider a little bit than expected. Now I wonder. That's exactly what we have to do. We're not going to get around there in one swing. I will definitely have to come in and adjust these fences at some point, just to make them more friendly to the larger trailers, especially as we start coming in and out with a lot more hay. That is not a particularly friendly turn to make. So what we're going to have to do now instead is somehow try and bluff our way out the back here. I think we're actually looking pretty good there for now. Oh, we ever. Alright, so let's get ourselves out of here. And then we will get ourselves back on over to the yard, hopefully nice and quickly without any more errors or problems. And we'll have a look at the 5S. Oh, look at that. I have to go forward though. That trailer's pretty much in the hedge. We are out. Perfect. Our oilseed rape is looking pretty good. Not looking too bad in there. As is the table what's grown the most actually recently is the wild bird feed cover. That has shot up again. So that's really interesting to see that one coming along. We're going to keep that plot in that location for a while, next few years at the very least. So it's looking good. But everything's growing along nicely. Good bit of sun, nice bit of warmth as well, which is really starting to see the crops coming through well. We'll be doing a bit of a crop inspection in the next week or so just to make sure it's all nothing untoward is occurring. And yeah, then we're in the final straight. Really, we should start to see a few of the fields turn a little bit of a goldeny color soon, and then yeah, we'll be ripening up nicely in the next where are we now? Probably next 8 weeks time, I say we'll be going. But yeah, we're just gonna swing this into our yard for now and just leave a bee on here, and then yeah, we'll take it off first thing in the morning when they do open at 7, and then we're good to get on with the baling. Might well stick the 5S onto the baler as well, just to see. You know, it'll certainly do something, but might as well get it put to work on as many different tasks as possible. And there we go, we're through that one. handy. So yeah, I hope everything's going well with yourself. Do let me know what you're getting up to down below, how things are working out, what you're working on at the moment there. Like I say, we've just picked up about 15 new head of cattle. They are about 18 months old. So nice and young, lots of potential for them. Good, coming from a good breeder, good pedigree in them as well. So we'll just leave this here. But yeah, I will have to come back to that in the morning and see what we're looking like there. We need to go to drop off some produce from the greenhouses as well. They've actually been ticking along very nicely behind the scenes. Very, very pleasing to see that one come to fruition. But we're looking not too bad here at all. We do need to feed everything up here, like I mentioned. The cattle are looking good. And they're also just tucked away over here. And so they're in, they're looking happy. Very pleased to see that as well. There's 15 in there, like I mentioned. And they've got their new homes all set up and ready for them. So very, very good to see. A few little small things on the snagging list to finish off with this build, but it's not too bad. And you know, it's just gonna be nice to we'll get to that in time. Is all it is really. Obviously, there's a few other priorities on the cards at the moment there, but we will get to that. Now, what we're gonna do is get ourselves a bit of a feeder going, feeder action going here. So we need the feed. One of the next jobs that we've always been thinking about, as well as I've mentioned here on a few occasions, is getting this road set up. I'm just still trying to figure out A, how much it's going to cost, and B, which way I want to go about this. And the idea being really is that we can give ourselves a nice easy loop to drive through. So I don't know if that will involve us shifting an awful lot of dirt and earth from here and having the loop just go straight up into there, and then you can come around that way, or what that's going to look like. But we'll have to figure that out, and it'll have to be a bit more of a sweeping bend around here so you can actually get up from that corner as well. But we'll get something into place there. It's going to be a slower project, something we might look into doing over the winter maybe. But yeah, a project nonetheless. Right now though, like I say, all we need to do let's get this turned around, because as you see, the problem we start to run into is that turn spaces are a bit of a premium around here. And it would be nice if we just had a little more room that we could function in. What we'll probably end up doing here, I think, is just opening this door up, this gate up here, because this space otherwise isn't really doing much. Haven't really got anything planned too extravagant for this either, but it would be nice to make use of it some way. And if that is even just making our daily operations that little bit more efficient, then I'm cool with that. That would work. Beef cattle, by the way, are really coming along nicely. They're adding a lot of size, which is great to see. There you go. And all right, well, we're going to use the 5S, like I said, to get this all loaded up. And then I'm very curious to see how this, how the 5S deals with everything around the yard here. But this is going to be the first time we're feeding up here as well, so that's going to be fun. And let's see what this journey looks like, shall we? But first of all, it's time to fill the wagon. Now, one thing I will say about this tractor is the number of screens in here for a Stockman tractor is obscene. This is definitely more speculative towards anyone who is working on the arable side of things. This model does have the front linkage on there as well. Again, not something that we'd really be looking to use, but it is an option. You certainly could get away with using it there. As a loader tractor, though, it is pretty impressive. Lovely visibility throughout, really, I have to say. Now we're just going to try and starve this bale here. One of our newer bales of hay, it must be said. But yeah, it's a very nice machine. Visibility all the way around is perfect. Having everything from what I've played around with so far on these two joysticks is just brilliant, really. Very nice and easy to use. You click up through the ranges where you need to, down through the ranges, forward, backward, shuttlers on there. You can obviously always use it in the original place, but not having to move around is just a brilliant addition, I must say. Yeah, it is. I think this is quite expensive in the spec that we have here from what the dealer was telling me, if you were to pick this up there, it is quite an expensive piece of equipment. Alright, there's a bale of hay in. We'll go and get ourselves a bale of silage. We're going to try and use some of that stock from over there. Don't crash into the wall there, David. Whatever you do. Just so we can clear a little bit more space up here, I think that'll be a good move. And just try and take some of the, I think, the white bales are the slightly older ones. Yeah, it's a well-balanced tractor, even with the loader on the front, weight on the front there as well. There's no rear weight on the 3-point linkage because we just took the tether off here. So this is a very nicely well-balanced tractor. The steering's very light, even when you've got a bale on the front end here. I do like that a lot. Oh, Lord. That just tipped the balance a little bit out of my favor there. That was a slightly nervous moment. Let's just get this unwrapped anyway, and... okie dokie then. So... So whilst that bale's mixing in there nicely, we'll get a few other bits and pieces, get a bit of straw to go in there as well. We've got the last little bit of mineral feed that we're using at the moment. We'll stick that in. And we'll just let this wagon turn over for a little bit of mix up there. But it's starting to come together, and then we'll get everything fed up. Alright, so it is feeding time. Oh, Fiat is just taking along here nicely. It's loud old noise, but it's doing its job anyway. We'll stick a bit down here. We're going to go around the other side there and get them all fed up as well. Yeah, cattle are always pleased to see that getting topped up. And yeah, what we'll likely do, I think, is just knock this off about here. And then we'll just go a bit further out here, swing it around, and then yeah, let's go and do the inaugural feeding on the other side. They haven't got any straw in there at the moment. We'll get something put into there this evening for them, just so they can have a bit more of a comfortable bed to sleep on this evening, and then yeah, they will be very happy indeed. First, I'm going over most of this concrete here as well. But around the corner we come here, nice and easy to get around there, plenty of space to get around as well there, which is always good. Let's fire that back up again. Back to the beginning. And away we go on this side too. Perfect. It's all coming up Millhouse here this evening. Oh, this is perfect, nice and easy, and this is where a track straight up there would be ideal. We'll just give these guys a little bit more in here as well, because I've had a bit of a stressful day moving around, so we'll give them plenty to get going with. All right. And then this is why we've got this huge big pad here, so we've got plenty of room to swing on out. Like I say, having a track up here would be perfect, but as an inaugural usage of the new shed, I don't think that turned out all too badly at all. And the idea being as well that in theory, you can then just swing straight back in on there online as well. So we'll be all perfectly set for that, because they're clearing that pretty quickly. We'll probably give them a little bit more as well at some point soon. But otherwise, not a bad little first run there. It's going to be later on in the evening. We're about to start losing that sun, I think, as it goes down. But that's a good start to the new cattle shed there for sure. Only 15 cows in there, plenty more to come back in from further afield. And we'll slowly have this little enterprise kicking along very nicely indeed. But for right now, we're going to leave this here. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed. I have been David. This has been your latest update from the Tenant Farmer. If you have enjoyed and you've yet to do so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and we'll see you all in the next one. Catch you later.